Good evening, folks, and welcome to the second last Christmas special episode of Beer Rating with Sean Connors. Basically, this month I had 4 Christmas beers picked out for the month, one for every week, and then I ended up buying the Advent calendar, which was 24 days. So I finished the Advent calendar on Christmas Eve. Now I'm going through the 4 Christmas beers before New Year's, and this is the second last one. As you can see, the beer I have is Humbug. And it's from Wychwood Breweries out of the UK. And my understanding, the Wychwood Breweries has been named, well, it's named for a forest in the area. They've been around since 1990 under that name. However, the site of the brewery used to be a malting facilities back in 1840s, and it was bought out site of a brewery, and it kind of went back and forth to several breweries over the years. But under the brewery name, under the current name, they've been around since 1990. Now this is the same brewery that does Hobgoblin. That's a pretty popular beer out of the UK. Here in Canada, I mean, you see it at all the beer stores. They're known for their beers, like Hobgoblin. I think there's a Wizard. They're fantasy names, and I guess they're also known a lot of their artwork. It's fantasy artwork type thing on their label, so they're known for that. And the Bah Humbug, I mean, it's got some pretty graphic label. The beer itself, it's 5.0% alcohol, so for here in North America, that's pretty well averaged. And the label says Brewery of Character, and obviously all the, like I said, they have fantasy names. And this bottle actually has, embroidered in the glass, it looks like a witch on a broom. And let's see what else they have. The brewery is out of Witney, Oxfordshire in England. It says Bah Humbug Flavored Beer. It says brewed with the choicest hops and malt, lightly spiced with cinnamon. This is a rich ale complemented with subtle tones of dried fruit. Beer with a cinnamon flavor. And that's about it. And the ingredients: water, malted barley, hops, cinnamon flavor, yeast. So let's see what it gives us. I'm not a big cinnamon person, so we'll see how I like this one. I'll give my glass a quick cold water rinse as per usual. That's basically just to cool down the glass instead of keeping it in the freezer, which I don't recommend. Also gets rid of any lint or dust that might be on the glass before you pour it. And it's just an extra step in the cleaning process. This one, the color, to me, it's almost a little bit ruby. Definitely got a red tinge to it. Nice head. And no real strong flavor coming out. Yeah, the big thing, how's it taste? I'm getting a flavor taste from it, not necessarily cinnamon. I don't really know. It's not bad. Quite honestly, I don't know how to describe it. It's got a little bit of a spicy flavor, not hot spicy, but just spicy. I'm not getting the cinnamon too much. Either the flavor or the aroma, I'm not getting it. I'm not getting anything really pronounced in your face type of thing. It's okay at best. As usual, my ratings are out of 5, with a 1 being a drain pour. Don't like it, can't finish it. A 2 being, not a fan, but I'll finish it. A 3 being a good beer, a 4 being a very good beer, and a 5 being the best beer ever. I know I'm definitely going to finish it, so it's not a 1. It's not. I don't consider it, in my opinion, a very good beer. So it's somewhere between a 2 and a 3. I'm leaning towards a 3, but I'm not 100% yet. I find a lot of the beers I taste, like within the first mouthful or so, there's either something jumps out at me, either good or bad, and right away I have an idea roughly where I'm going to put it. This one I'm not too sure. This is kind of like last night's beer, the other Christmas ale. I initially said anywhere from 2.5 to 3. I think I settled on a 3. This one I'm kind of the same way, 2.5 or 3, but I'm not quite sure which one. That being said, I'll talk about the beer for tomorrow night. I'm still undecided. Just zoom in on this so you can get a rough idea. This is another beer I brew out of the UK, Christmas ale. I'm not going to go too much into it, but because I'm still undecided in the current beer, so basically I'm just killing a little bit of time here. So that's the beer we have for tomorrow. St. Peter's Christmas Ale, toffee caramel with rich Christmas spice flavor. And once again, this one's out of the UK as well. St. Peter's Brewery. I'll put that one aside. Now I got to get back to this one. All right. A rating. I think I'm going to give this one a 2.5. 2.5, a 2 being I'm not a big fan, but I'll finish it, and a 3 being an okay, a good beer. So this one's somewhere in between. I'd say a strong 2.5. Almost at a 3, but not quite. So there you go, folks. That's my rating for my second last Christmas beer. And my last one I'm going to do hopefully New Year's Eve, so in 2 days' time. So hopefully you can join me for that. And after that, we start the new year. So here you go, folks. 2.5 for the Wychwood Brewery's Humbug. Until next brew, as always, enjoy responsibly. Cheers and Merry Christmas.